Hey guys, it's Lauren.
Meg.
And Meg is in town visiting from Texas.
Hello.
And we are excited because tomorrow we're going on a field trip.
We are.
Tomorrow night we're going to Little Washington, North Carolina to visit Hampton Arts.
Yes.
They make rubber stamps, but they also make a lot of really cool products called Mix the Media.
Yeah,
Like
they're
really
amazing.
cool.
Like perfect for your home.
Yeah, so
Home
we're
decor.
doing that, and we wanted to take a kindness gift, so we were brainstorming, and I started thinking about Mr. Rogers because I'm a
Yes.
huge fan.
What's more kind than Mr. Rogers?
Right, I actually grew up in Pittsburgh and met him at my church when I was little, and have a couple things just to share. So I have a little Mr. Rogers trolley here, super inspiring, because that's a little bit of our incentive of how this project came together. And then these lunchbox notes are from Paper Salt, and I've actually torn a bunch of them out because Meg and I are going to share some Mr. Rogers inspiration with you. So here we go. I'm going to give half of them to her.
These are so cute. I'd never heard of these before.
Yeah, so
These
Paper
are-
Salt is an awesome little company. They have
That's
great
good to
stuff. I'll
know.
put a link to Paper Salt.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to read one to you.
Okay.
Real strength has to do with helping others.
Ooh, that is
Right?
so
And
true.
that's what we're doing here. We're learning from each other and crafting together. All right,
We are.
you go.
Okay. Look for the good where you are and embrace it.
Okay, I can totally do that.
That's fun.
And my son
right?
is behind the camera, so
Yes.
that's good. Okay.
Virtual hug.
Oh, this is the best one. It's you I like.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's what Mr. Rogers always said to all the
Yes.
kids that came on his show. It's you I
like.
like.
That's
All right,
awesome.
your turn.
Okay. Every human being has value.
Truth.
So
100% truth.
So true.
You ready for this?
I don't know. Am I?
You don't have to be anything more than who you are right now.
We need every kid to hear that, right?
Every kid.
Every kid, every
Human,
teenager.
everybody I
That's
know.
true. Yeah.
Who you are right now is it's exactly who you're supposed to be
Yeah.
right now.
Love it.
Love it.
Hey.
Okay.
Deep within us is a spark of the divine just waiting to be used to light up a dark place.
Oh, we're gonna light it up.
We're
We're
light
gonna
it up.
craft light it up. Light it up. Light. Isn't that a song?
It
Okay.
is.
I'm proud of you for standing up for something you believed in. Oh, and you know what? This is perfect because we didn't look at these first, just so you guys know.
Yeah,
I just
we
tore,
didn't.
randomly tore them out. But you recently really stood up for your child in a big way, and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I like you just the way you are.
Thank you. Sometimes that's hard to, that's hard because sometimes I don't know if I like me the way I am because I'm so hard on myself.
We
So for
are.
somebody else to like me just the way I am seems amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Discovering the truth about ourselves is a lifetime's work, but it's worth the effort.
Ooh,
Deep,
that is deep.
deep. All right, let's paint.
Wow. On that note,
On
let's
that note, let's
paint.
paint. So while we were at the AFCI Creativation Show,
Yes.
I hosted a breakfast with the Hedgehog Hollow, Alexandra, and we will put a link to her YouTube channel down below because she's a for real YouTuber and has an awesome following and is super crafty.
She is.
So we should totally give her credit for
we
that.
should. Yes.
But while we were at the breakfast that we hosted, Deco Art was one of our sponsors, and Deco Art gave every one of the makers that came this adorable little heart and kindness. They had them custom made for us.
Oh, they did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
I
did.
was at the breakfast. I didn't know
so
that story.
Sandy McTeer planned this whole craft.
Okay.
And I never got around to painting mine there because I was like hosting and running around. So we're gonna paint that today.
We are.
And then I found these little guys at a craft store. These little wooden pegs. I don't think that they're really people yet, but they're gonna be Mr. Rogers.
They're about to
This
be.
one's gonna be Mr. Rogers. This one's not gonna be anything right now. And then Hampton Art. Look how cute this is.
So she saw this sitting on their shelf at a display, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have to have
I
that."
have to, and
Have
they
to have
said,
it.
"Oh, come back at the end of the show, and you can take this home." And I was like, "Okay, I promise I'll do something with it." So we're gonna turn that today. You are right
Yes,
into
I'm gonna turn that.
a house because Mr. Rogers' whole thing is like it's his neighborhood,
Yes.
and everybody gets to be happy and loved in his neighborhood, and those are all the homes. So she's gonna make a home. I'm gonna make a Mr. Rogers. We're gonna use Deco Arts Americana paints. These are their basic acrylic paints.
Yeah,
How much do you know about these?
I know a little bit. Like I use these all the time, but as far as the actual like details and nitty gritty, like I know they work amazing.
They do.
But-
They work amazing.
but you
This
know
is
more
their
about
basic
their-
acrylic paint. They're made in Kentucky. They are made, which is in the United States of America.
And their paint's made in the United States.
All their
right?
paint's made in the United
Okay.
States. And a little tip that I learned about how to open it, because I always just unscrew the bottle because I could never get the tip off. I learned from Beth Watson, who's on our design team. You turn this the
wrong way?
opposite direction.
Yes.
Did you know this?
I didn't know that that was the thing, but that's how I do it.
And it comes off, right? So who knew?
It's magic.
So we are going to paint. We are going to need to have Dylan, our videographer, find us a palette because we are prepped here with nothing to put our paint on.
Sure.
So he's going to need to get us a plate out of the kitchen. Can you walk in front of the screen, wave to everybody, and go get a plate out of the kitchen? You didn't know that was coming, did you? All right, Dylan went and got us
Plates.
salad plates. Perfect palette because they wash right off.
They do.
So I am going to paint Mr. Rogers. I actually sketched it first, and I'm just going to use the Americana paint. I got this little skin tone.
What color are you using?
So this color right here is antique white, and that's kind of going to be just for, I'm gonna paint the whole head for his,
Head.
for his head, because it's going to be all skin first. And you're
Okay.
going to do a house.
Yes.
You have a little sketch too.
Yes, so we sketched them out ahead of time. I mean, like, because she can draw, I can't. So we sketched them out ahead of time with our colors, and we always recommend that. Anytime you're going to paint something, take
It just
a few
helps
seconds.
make it
Come to-
go
yeah.
smoother, and
Yeah.
you know what you need. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started. So I'm putting a little tiny bit of this paint on my palette, aka plate.
Okay, and I'm going to be using titanium white. It's the snow color. Love this one.
All right.
And I'm going to start with my door.
And I have a Deco Art brush. This is number 12. It's kind of got a flat tip, which I like.
Okay.
I'm going to dip it in my paint, and I'm just going to paint his head. It's almost the same color as the wood, but I think it's important when you're doing a paint project like this to cover your whole surface. Like,
I agree.
you don't get to cheat and just use the wood.
Okay, I'm going to start with the door because I'm going to normally I like to start with my darker colors. I'm going to start with the lighter color because it's going to be right in the middle.
All right, so I'm about done painting Mr. Rogers' head. And we do have paper towels here on the table. So I'm just going to rinse my brush here in our cup of water.
Okay.
And I'm going to dry it because it's always important with acrylic paint not to get the water in it. It makes it like soupy or...
Yeah, it waters it down, kind of.
Yeah, so I'm going to dry my brush off here on the paper towel.
Okay.
And I am going to paint just from like here down to make his pants. And I'm going to make his pants black. Because he always dressed up.
He
always
did
looked so
always
sharp.
dress up.
And I loved all his sweaters.
Okay.
All right.
So I have my door. Like, that's how simple.
see.
Yep.
Oh, it looks great.
Thank
It looks
you.
perfect.
Thank you.
All right, here go pants.
Put
Here
some
goes.
pants on that.
Put some pants on Mr. Rogers. All
Okay.
right. He's going to be so
The next thing
cute.
I'm going to do is go ahead and do my roof line. So I'm going to do the brown. So this one is the milk chocolate.
All right, and I'm almost done with the pants here. And then I'm going to rinse this brush again. There are several different colors or shades of, like, there's not just one black. This black that I am using right now is lamp black. It's an ebony black. And
That's
I
a
am not a
fun one.
perfectionist. I know you could, like, have drawn a line first and had the pants, like, be exactly, but, I mean, my waistline's not exact.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that.
We don't talk about our waistlines on film.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'll stop
no-no.
that. All right, I'm going to set him down to dry for just a minute. I'm going to rinse my brush again. Rinse it really good because it
Almost
had
done
black
with
in
this
it.
part.
Oh,
So
it's
just
looking so
did a
cute.
cute little
I
scallop
love
line.
that little blank.
Yeah.
Like,
this
I
is
want to
so
get like
cute.
10 of those and do little rainbow houses. Like in Charleston,
That would be adorable.
when we go on our field trip there, maybe we can shop.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be fun?
it would. So I'm only going to do one side of this. Remember, there's like, you got to remember, there's all different sides.
Right.
So we can do the other side something different
Okay,
later on.
great. So while that black is drying, it looks like his head is still also drying. I'm going to go ahead and paint this kindness. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, of course. What color are you going to do that one?
Well, I don't know. Are we going to do the heart too? Ooh, this wood is awesome. This is like,
It is so thick. It was perfect.
this is perfect. Are we going to paint the heart red?
It seems like the obvious.
That
Yeah.
seems obvious. So how about if I do this with white
Perfect.
or black? Black or white?
Ooh.
Black? White.
I think it'll pop more with the white.
Okay, white. Can I just use the white you already have on your palette?
Of course, of course.
Friendship crafting is so great.
And then we're going to
So I'm
switch
just
to
painting this
calico red.
kindness. I'm
Yeah,
going to
let's
get
get
all
with
the way
white.
around. Not just the top. I'm going to cover the sides too. I just really like this flat brush, number 12. I don't know why.
Oh, which number? I
always
didn't
go
say
to
which
that.
number. I'm using the number 10. It's also a flat brush, but it's squared off. And I chose that one because I was doing the door. Then I made it work for the roof line also. But
You know, I super love to paint. During Christmas, there's a store here in town called the Rusty Bucket. My kids kind of were making fun of me because I was painting stuff like crazy for them to sell in the store. And they didn't laugh anymore when I got paid. Like when my stuff all sold. They were like, oh, wow, Mom. I was like, yeah.
painting is fun. I think it's so relaxing.
I do it at night while I binge watch shows on Hulu.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more
Now
you-
all these YouTube people are going to know that about me. They're going to know that I watch TV and paint at night. And if they're wondering, if you guys are wondering what I'm watching CSI. And I'm on season 11. So I'm still nowhere near caught up. But I am totally crushing on Gil Grissom. I am
That's
married.
an
I'm
easy
happily
one.
married. But Gil Grissom is a great TV character to
It's
have
an
a
easy
crush
one
on.
to crush on.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's like
so-
the bug guy.
Look at how good that's covering.
Oh, totally. Like in one.
One coat, and
Coat.
it's covering so well.
All right, I'm going to have to get some white paint on my fingers because I'm going to have to flip this around, which is fine. It won't be the first time I've gotten paint on my hands.
No, but this stuff comes off. Deco art comes off. So
When did you start? It does come off, it washes. When did you start like crafting? When you were little?
No, so here is a funny thing about me. I always wanted to be crafty and artistic.
Mhm.
Always. And I took an art class in 8th grade, and I really should have failed it. If the teacher didn't give me an A for effort, I should.
Did you get an A?
I did get an A, but
Okay.
I also got to organize the storage closet and clean out her desk. I tried every project. She was so inspiring and so motivating. There was only one project that she asked me not to try because she honestly couldn't take it if I did.
She didn't think you could do it.
She knew I couldn't do it, and I think she just wasn't ready for the horror show that would have happened with it. And so then
She was looking out for you.
she was, but it didn't hurt my feelings. It really didn't, because there were things in the class I did learn how to do that I was actually pretty good at. And then later on in life, I did it as a way to de-stress after a long shift. And so it just
Gotcha.
kind of grew from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And now you also have another, I know you're getting into Makeable Crafts, which is your new blog.
Yes.
But you come from a background of rubber stamping.
Yes,
So tell me about that.
So that was really
Tell my tons of viewers about
Yes,
that.
I will tell all your viewers. So back in the day, when I say coming off a shift, I worked as a paramedic for many, many years. And when you come off a 24-hour shift, you can't really just sit down and go to bed. Everyone thinks, oh, you just come home and you crash. No, you really have to unwind. And so I got into paper crafting and making cards and rubber stamping. And that was just my way to de-stress. And then fast forward several years, and we were going to have a child. And both of us working 24-hour shifts wasn't going to
Oh, that doesn't work, does it?
Well, it does for some people, just wasn't going to work for us.
Okay.
And so,
Really quick.
yeah.
I'm going to use your red if that's okay.
Of
Because I need to
course.
paint Mr. Rogers' red sweater.
Dive in. So anyway, that's how I started paper crafting. And so I started a blog with that and have been in the paper crafting world for well over 15 years as a business. So it was a
Wow.
way for me to stay at home. And then that really gave me the confidence to branch out and try other crafts like painting and doing things like that. And I get to share them now on a new blog.
Which you're super excited about.
I am excited about it because I make a whole lot more than just cards.
Right.
Yes.
Right. All right, I'm painting Mr. Rogers' red sweater now, and I've actually switched up brushes here. I'm using a little tiny round 3 brush because I have more details here now. I don't want to go over top of his pants or get red on his head because he's not bleeding.
Right. That'd be tragic.
That would be so tragic. That would be so tragic. So I'm just going to use this little brush and do his sweater. So stinking adorable.
Do you remember the first painting project you did?
Oh, I do. Yeah. So my dad is a master woodworker. Like he's an artisan in Kentucky. He makes stuff for the governor's mansion and he does all the shows. He sometimes wins best of show for his okay, let me think of what it's called. Dylan back there behind the camera, what is it called that my dad does where he puts all the little pieces of wood? Segmented wood. Sorry, I didn't even give you a chance to answer. It's segmented wood and he puts like thousands of pieces of wood together and then he puts them on his Dylan, what's it called? They turns them on.
Like a lathe?
Lathe.
Okay.
lathe. He puts them on a lathe.
You're welcome,
and he
Dylan.
makes all these amazing vessels. And he's incredibly talented. But growing up, he would make things, and we would do a family booth at the craft show. And he would cut out reindeer, and I would paint their noses. Or he would cut out
Aw,
snowmen, and I would paint their faces and their scarves.
that's fun.
And we still put them out at Christmas, and they're amazing. And that was really, I really got the bug for painting.
Love that.
Now my dad is not into painting because he uses wood that is like from the Brazilian rainforest, and
like
you
the
would-
real stuff.
Like he would never paint it, and he actually has a sign in his house that said, "Thou shall not paint on wood." He does.
I need that for Matt.
Yeah.
That's Matt's.
So
feeling.
he's not a big fan of painting on wood, but he respects and appreciates what I do, and vice versa. So we're good.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Rogers has a sweater, a little tie. Now, I don't think Mr. Rogers ever really wore a tie with polka dots like I'm going to do, but I'm going to put little black polka dots on his white tie. And to do that, I'm going to use the end of my paintbrush.
That is great. Okay, that's what I was about to say. That I was going to do my doorknob, but I was
Oh.
going to use the end of my paintbrush.
Right. Oh, look at that. So I'm just going to dip it in the black like this, and then put little tiny dots right on, and you just get the perfect little dots. And so he's going to have a little polka dotted tie. And I don't think I ever really saw him wear a tie like this, but
No, but it's cute.
if he were still alive, which I so wish he were,
Yes,
I would give him a tie like this.
he would wear it.
Yeah. And I'm going to do his eyes right now while I'm doing this too. So I'm going to give him 2 little eyes.
There we go. Look at that instant
Look at
doorknob.
that. Instant eyeballs. Look, it's coming to life, guys. We're putting together Mr. Rogers' neighborhood and kindness. All right, I'm going to rinse off the tip of my brush.
Yep.
I'm going to put Mr. Rogers down here. I'm going to rinse the red out of this brush because I need to make his brown hair. So I'm going to dry it off here on my paper towel. And we haven't used dark brown yet, have we? Or did
I
you
did,
use
right
it?
here.
Oh, so you have some on your
Oh,
palette.
and I just picked that up by touching it to move
Oh,
it
it
out.
happens. It happens.
It does.
All right. So I'm going to do his little hairdo.
Oh, it's still okay.
Oh my gosh, he looks so adorable. Is your house done?
My house is done.
Oh, I want to see it.
Ta-da!
Oh, it looks so cute.
So cute. Simple, right?
Do you know what? You might want to add a wreath to that door. Just saying. You can use little dots and do a little dotted wreath with that green. Or does that stress you out?
It does stress me out a little bit, but I can go
Then
for
I think
it.
you should do it.
I think I should.
I think you should take the risk. All these cards are saying you are perfect just the way you are. It's okay to make mistakes. I don't think Mr. Rogers had long hair, so I'm going to stop like right there on the back, right?
Yeah. You don't want to turn him into a hippie.
And I do want to give him a little bit more personality. So I'm going to set him down right here. I'm going to rinse my brush out again, because that's what we do. We rinse our brushes out. And I'm going to mix together a little bit of white with a little bit of this black to get a little tiny bit of gray. So to do that, I'm going to put a little bit of white on my palette. I'm going to move my kindness up to show you what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this black and a little bit of this white, because I don't need much. And I'm going to mix them together right here in the middle, because I only need like that little tiny amount right there to add some little gray details.
So why did you use the back of your brush to mix them?
I don't know, I just always do.
Okay.
Because it's just, I guess I could have mixed them with my brush, but then I would have had to rinse it.
That's true. That's a very
I
good
didn't want to
point.
rinse again. So I'm just adding a little bit of detail here. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I did use the brush to brush it on, just so you know.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the same thing with the red and the white to do a little bit of pink to give him some cheeks. So I'm going to put a little...
You're going to make him blush.
I'm going to make him blush. I'm going to give him a little bit of red. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of white, just like I did before with that black.
Okay, the wreath is done. I think it turned out cute. Good suggestion.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So it's not a perfect circle, right? It's just dabbing on the end of that
You could
paintbrush.
add that kindness to that house maybe. Or is that too much?
I don't know. We'd have to
We'll
see.
have to see how
when
that
it's dry, we'll check.
All right, I'm just going to put a little bit of pink for his cheeks,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. So cute.
So cute. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of red to outline his tie a little bit better. I always like to go in at the end and add the little details that you can't always get while the paint the first round.
Little cleanup kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know y'all can't see what she's doing, but it's so
All
cute.
right.
Look at that.
So cute. So we have Mr. Rogers. And the last thing we have to paint is this red heart. So we should probably do that with just the big brush.
Yep.
Right? So if you want to do that, I am going to share these stickers that came in our packet at FCI.
Yeah, please.
So DecoArt gave us stickers. This one says creativity takes courage.
So true.
And paint.
And paint.
And paint. I have to paint. I have too much paint. Said no one ever. That's so true. I was like, I have to paint. I want to paint.
Yes.
Okay, and then this one is paint stuff, be happy.
Paint stuff, be happy.
Paint stuff, be happy. So I love that one too. So yeah, you're painting the red heart. We have the kindness painted. Oh, we were going to put the kindness on the heart. So we don't want to put it on the house. That's what it is. And then we have Mr. Rogers drying. So we should probably wrap this up.
Yep.
And then hop back on when everything's dry and show them how it all turned out.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I am too. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. We will be back with the rest of how this turns out very soon. All right, guys, we're back.
Yeah, so we made a couple changes though, right?
We did. We made some modifications. We decided that Mr. Rogers didn't wear polka dotted ties.
Yeah, we just decided it really didn't go.
Yeah. So we've given him a gray tie because he was a pretty basically kind, loving, simple guy.
Right.
And then we added a little blue bow to the wreath here on his first neighborhood house.
Like Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, that was the only reason.
But we are going to do one more thing before we're completed with our kindness project.
Yes.
So this kindness heart and kindness word that we got from DecoArt, we've painted with their paint.
Like, wait, hang on. We didn't talk about that. Look how thick that is.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's like amazing, right?
It's awesome. And let's talk about this gun. So Lynn Lilly is a fellow crafty blogger. She runs the company Craft Box Girls.
Yes.
And this is her amazing invention. It is a wireless glue gun. So when I take it off of its wiring station, is that what it's called? Or whatever.
It becomes completely cordless then.
Completely cordless. And it works for I think up to 4 minutes. Pretty sure that's what she said. But we're going to use this glue gun here to add our kindness
to our heart.
To our heart.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do it or let me do it?
Go for it. You got it in your hand. Go, girl.
All right, so I'm just going to flip this kindness over.
So I'll talk about that.
It's a very fine tip.
Yeah, that's the difference. So it's made by Surebonder, right? But for Lynn Lilly. And it's just got that ultra fine tip you're not going to find anywhere else, which makes it perfect, especially if you do detail work like this.
This is like amazingly perfect. And that glue over here is still hot, even after I spent that time doing that. So I'm going to put this back on the charger. And I'm going to glue this kindness to this heart.
On an angle, super cute.
Super cute. Get these little things out. Do you know the trick for getting these out?
I use a paintbrush.
I use a hairdryer.
A hairdryer.
Just like gets them out.
Oh, awesome.
So we have kindness too. So we have kindness, Mr. Rogers, our little house.
So cute. And then all of our cute little kindness sayings.
Yep, the lunchbox notes from Paper Salt.
Yes. I'm going to have to get those.
So thanks for joining us. We hope that you feel inspired to spread some kindness of your own through crafting or lunchboxes or whatever.
Yeah, and remember, try stuff. We tried things we hadn't done before, right?
Yeah.
And we improvised on the fly. Just have fun with it.
Right. And remember, it's you I like.